a couple days ago, I made a video
The COVID
about there was some very psychotic behavior on Twitter in regards to a video that AOC made. AOC made a video basically saying that now is the time to organize, now is the time to mobilize, now is the time to protest the government, now is the time to call your representatives, now is the time to join DSA, now is the time to join organizations and demand that the government cancel student loan debt. So now, as we know, AOC is not the President of the United States. I wish she were. That would be cool. But she's not the President of the United States. She is not the Speaker of the House. She is not the chair of any sort of high-profile committee. She is one out of 535 members of Congress. So, with that being said, she has a limited amount of power. So she is going to use her platform as the most popular congressperson, right, with 10 million followers plus more than 10 million followers, to tell her followers to get involved, get active, and get organized. Jimmy Dore got triggered. Folks, Jimmy Dore and his spawns on Twitter got extremely triggered. I made this video a couple days ago and talking about that a little bit more in detail. About basically, all these people that are like, direct action's the only way. We can only do this by direct action. Now, as soon as AOC says direct action, all of a sudden, direct action is bad. All of a sudden, these people think organizing is bad. They think that watching a podcast is organizing. They think if you watch the Jimmy Dore show, then you're politically active. That's what they think. They genuinely think that they are doing hardcore work by watching the Jimmy Dore show. Like, yep, I woke up in the morning. It's 9 o'clock. Time to watch my Jimmy Dore show and I'm an active political contributor. I'm so active and organizer. I watch the Jimmy Dore show at least 4 hours a day. That's what these people believe. So with this, look, this guy made a video. Let's watch it.
The COVID relief bill finally passed, and there's been a full-out assault of propaganda to make you think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and it's not. So this is, I just want to start this off. This is the binary here. Either the COVID relief package is the best thing since sliced bread, which, by the way, sliced bread is pretty fucking good. I had some sliced bread this morning. In fact, I'm probably going to have some more later today. But it's not the best. It's the best thing since sliced bread, or it's bad. It's terrible. It's no good, right? We can't cherish the fact that there's a child tax credit that's going to be paid out every month. You know, I have a new baby in my house, right? And so that's going to be awesome for my household to get an extra couple of bucks to help out with the baby, right? That's going to be great. But that's bad in Jimmy Dore's mind, so let's watch. Haven't had any progressive legislation in the United States since, I'm going to go back to the Medicare and the Civil Rights Act in the 60s. Right, Ron? That sounds good, right?
That sounds about right, yeah.
So that was just
So we got the hype man in the background, just like, yeah, that's like, I have this clip here. I want to play this clip of Donald Trump with soup for my family. This guy, just listen in the background.
And then they have cans of soup.
Listen in the background. There's like a guy in this clip that will say, yes, sir. Just listen to it.
Soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? Yes, sir. And then when they get caught, they...
You hear that? The guy just say, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then when they get caught... Yes, sir. And then... Yes, sir. And
that's this guy's role. This guy is the yes, sir guy. This is the yes man. Ron Placone, he's there. So then Jimmy Dore is like, you know, like, hey, Jimmy Dore, I'm this, then that. And then, hey, Ron, you agree with me? And then Ron's like, what? Oh, yeah, sure, whatever, buddy. And then he goes back to, like, fucking watching porn on the second monitor. I don't know, whatever. But, like, you have to understand, this is what this guy's role is. He's the yes, sir guy.
I was born in 1965.
Yeah.
So that was just, what were you born, Ron, 1977?
84.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, how am I supposed to feel? You guessed older.
I know. I just didn't want to be that much older than you. Jesus. The year after I got out of freaking high school, he was born.
He could be your son.
He could be my son. Oh my God. Ron, are you my son? All right. So here is the COVID relief thing, and so now everybody is doing full speed propaganda to convince the plebes who just got abandoned by their government that their government is the greatest thing ever. Here's AOC. Now I'm gonna. This is hard to watch. Maybe it won't be for you, but for me it was.
This is gonna be hard to watch, folks. This is gonna be very difficult to watch. A woman maybe, speaking to me? No, I couldn't possibly watch it.
everything in me. It pushed every button I have inside me. But here we go. Here she is gaslighting you about how great. And I just want, does she do this one? She has a lot of theatrical movements like this. She starts off like this. It's more of a performance piece. More of a performance. Did you notice that, Ron, when you watch this video, all the kind of different hands? We'll watch. Here we go.
Wait, whoa. Is this guy a body language expert? Whoa, buddy. Like, oh, Jimmy Dore, why is your hand right there? Oh. Are you gaslighting me, Jimmy? Your hand is not in a natural position. Oh.
You know, if you want me to talk about the politics of it, I'm happy to talk about the politics of it.
Look, you see that? Body language expert here. Check this out. Slow motion. Enhance. Look at this. Look at this. Hold up. Look at it. Look. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold on.
If you
Look at his disgusting face. Look at it. Wait for it. Oh! Body language expert Jimmy Dore just made a hand gesture live on stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you guys seeing this? Holy shit, he just fucking moved his hands live on stream. He's gaslighting us, folks.
I'm happy to talk about the politics
Holy
of it.
Fuck.
Of course it takes a fight, you know.
What the? I mean, come on.
What?
After just
she
not
didn't even
fighting.
say anything.
After not fighting ever.
What?
Ron, can you think of one thing that the squad has ever fought for?
Geez.
Okay, no, that's a no.
Yeah.
All right, back to the video. Here we
Look,
go.
and that, the useful, the hype man in the background. Hey, Ron, can you back me up? Oh, that's good enough, Ron. I'll see you later.
The squad has ever fought for?
Hey, everyone, I'm Ron. I don't know.
Okay, no, that's a no. All right, back to the video. Here we go.
We believe that
Do I get paid for that?
this is not just about Democrats versus Republicans and just doing this ping pong back and forth, but
It's not just about Democrats versus Republicans, Ron. It's really about the elites versus the working class. And bad news, nobody's on your team.
Yeah.
I mean, meaning our team, the regular people's team.
Yeah, our team.
Right, our team.
We
Yeah, the
believe that-
regular people that sit in $2 million mansions and shit on organizing, shit on socialist organizations. The real team, yeah, we're the team that works with far right-wing Nazi-adjacent militias, and we attack socialist organizers. We attack DSA. That's the team of the working class, folks. Yo, whenever I make a Jimmy Dore video, I swear to God, I get these dumb motherfuckers, right? These are Dumbo bitch boy motherfuckers in the chat, in the comment section. They go like, Jimmy Dore is a hero for the working class. Jimmy Dore speaks for us. You're just working for health insurance companies. Like, bitch, one of the last videos I made about Jimmy Dore, right? I made this like fucking 30-second joke at the beginning of the video that I worked for health insurance companies, and I shit you not, I got like fucking 10 people that believed that. They thought that I was serious. They thought that this stupid bitch who can't even clean her fucking room works for fucking every health insurance company in the sun. They literally think that because these people are dumb. Jimmy Dore teaches his fans to be stupid, and he programs them with stupid fucking talking points. Oh, look. Oh, AOC moved her hands. Oh, she's so bad.
that the Democratic Party needs to be better too. And
Okay, so that takes care of it then. They have to be better, but we're not going to fight or do anything to make them better, and I'm certainly not going to cross anybody. But I will tell you that they're doing a great job.
package like this,
What?
it can be really frustrating because you're negotiating within your own party. And so, you know, there were things that we pushed for that we wanted.
How did you push for them? How did you push for them? You mean you mentioned them at a meeting? Did you have a strategy with the other progressives?
So this is the thing about Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore constructs a reality similar to how Donald Trump constructs realities, where AOC didn't hashtag force the vote when Jimmy wanted her to. Therefore, she's a failure. Therefore, everything that she does is a failure because she didn't hashtag force the vote. Whatever that means, right? And then Jimmy Dore, when he gets actual constructive criticism, he bakes that into the conspiracy cake. So then he tells all of his fans, right? Oh, did you form a committee? Oh, well, yeah, but that's bad because it's procedural. Oh, did you talk to the members of Congress? That's bad too. Did you organize with DSA and unions? That's also bad. Well, what did you do that had power? You didn't force the vote 3 months ago. Therefore, you're a failure. That's what he does. He genuinely tells his fucking shitfuck for brains fanboys that if you didn't force the vote, you're a failure. Why didn't she force the vote? Well, did she out there doing all the real work of like calling and, you know, legislators? Is she working with organizations? Is she promoting and funding organizations? That's all bad. What you really have to do is force a vote. Whenever you force the vote, it's like a cheat code. It's like IDDQD in Doom. You force the vote and you win. Exactly, right? Why didn't you force the vote? Hello?
In your caucus, to actually get them, did you have a strategy? No. They had no strategy. What did you actually, when you say push, how did you push? Well, we didn't actually push. So you didn't actually do anything? No. Would that be accurate, Ron, what I just said, you think?
Oh, hype man.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, they didn't use the...
How many seconds is this guy going to get? You want to count? Let's put it on 1x speed. Let's count. Hype man Ron in there. Yes, sir.
Said you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, they didn't use the leverage they had when it came to this relief bill, and just like they didn't use their leverage for force the vote,
or the first CARES Act. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, it's tough because the
Encore.
bills that are out there that are good bills, like, you know, I think of like Ro Khanna's Yemen bill, or the bill that goes into digital rights, which I think actually Ro Khanna also authored. I mean, there's some good bills that are out there that I would like to see
good bills,
become law,
folks.
and pretty much all of them the squad is behind.
Jimmy's like, why is he still talking? I don't pay him to talk for this long. You see Jimmy, look at his body language. Why is Jimmy moving? Folks, Jimmy's moving. Can you believe it? This is so theatrical. Why doesn't Jimmy just tell Ron to shut up? Why does he... Oh, he's moving. Oh, I'm Jimmy Dore. I'm exploring the universe. Oh...
become law, and pretty
look
much
at that. He's
all of
moving
them,
all over
the
the
squad
fucking
is
place.
behind, but
look at that. He's looking off screen because someone get him to shut up.
Are they ever
Why
going
is
to
he
get
still
voted on?
talking? Look at
There's
that.
not a lot of reasons to be too optimistic about that.
Look at that.
Okay, back to this.
Okay, back to this. It's like, so he's like looking backstage. Yo, wife. Because that's probably what he calls her. Yo, wife. Yo, tell him to shut up, man. Tell him to shut up. Like, I only brought him on for a 5-second yes, sir, and now he's taking 30 seconds. What? Come on. Trying to shit on AOC. Yo, wife, where you at? Tell him to... And then he does.
Reasons to be too optimistic about that.
Okay, next.
Okay, back to this.
We wanted this package to go further. So how did we want this package to go further? First of all, we wanted stimulus checks to be $2,000. I believe, the argument for it being 400 or rather 1,400 is we gave 600 in
Don't say 400. Don't give him any ideas. That's what it's. Okay. Here we go.
December. We have $1,400 now, and both of those things add up to $2,000.
Is she also doing sign language while she talks about the bill? Because that's what it seems like.
I don't like it. I don't buy it. I know a lot of you all don't buy it because when we say $2,000, people thought we meant $2,000.
So that is sign language. So when you say what she says, I know a lot of you don't buy it. What do you mean buy it? So you're going to vote for it anyway, though. You actually are going to vote for it, even though you don't buy it. You're going to vote for it, right? You're not going to actually not vote for it. You're not going to withhold your vote to make them put it back in, are you? Bring it back up to the 2,000 that, the thing that they actually said? No. Again, nothing.
Again. Okay. AOC is actually laying out the problems with the Democratic Party. And again, does the progressive bloc have the potential to block a bill? Yes, they do. But the argument here at this point is, do they have enough media infrastructure to survive the onslaught that they will receive in the media and amongst their fellow colleagues? Do they have that power and support and backup? I don't think that they do, and I think that is their calculus. Would it have been awesome if the alternate universe existed where AOC and the squad had infinite power and they could have gotten us $2,000 checks and they just we're in the middle of a fucking House session on C-SPAN and then AOC levels up to Super Saiyan and she goes like, oh, and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna force the vote, and then we all get $2,000. Wouldn't that have been awesome? That would have been fucking cool as hell. But that didn't happen. And AOC isn't going to gaslight us and tell us, oh yeah, everything's great, the bill's amazing. She's actually laying out all the problems with the bill. She's actually doing exactly what Jimmy Dore would say. If AOC didn't make this video, Jimmy Dore would make a video exactly like this. So she's making the Jimmy Dore video for him, and that's not good enough for Jimmy Dore. It's like bizarre, dude.
They didn't think, when we said $2,000, come on. We know that people didn't think, 14 plus the 600. 2,000, 2K is 2K.
But you're not getting it, and I'm voting for it. And I'm not going to do anything to get it for you. Whatever they said that's how it goes. Thanks for your vote. And thanks for following me on Twitter.
What?
We don't have a magic wand. The fact is that
they don't have a magic wand, Ron. They don't have a magic wand that could actually give us what they promised us. But we do have a magic wand that gives $1 trillion a day to the banks. We do have that magic wand. Isn't that amazing? We don't have that magic wand to get...
So, again, comparing AOC as 1 out of 535 Congress people to the entire institution of the fucking goddamn capitalist world that we live in. Why isn't AOC as powerful as the fucking IMF? What the hell, AOC? I know you're 1 out of 535 members of fucking Congress, but you're not as powerful as the fucking IMF? What the fuck, bitch? What are you lying to us, bitch? Like, that's what fucking Jimmy Dore is saying. She is not as powerful as the entire fucking global capitalist infrastructure by herself. How dare she? How dare she not have as much power as global capitalism?
Get you health care, or a living wage, or a UBI, or even the $2,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say you don't have a magic wand, okay, I'll give you that. You don't have a magic wand. All the more reason, when you got some leverage, you got to use it.
That's right. Oh, you don't have a wand, but do you have leverage? Yes, we do have a magic leverage.
This is the problem. If 1 out of 535 members of Congress had all this power, the world that we live in would be a hell of a lot worse. Because look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. She thinks that trans people should be banned, not just from sports, but from even being allowed to live. She thinks that trans people should not be allowed to have medication, access to medication. She thinks that transitioning should be banned. So if 1 out of 535 members of Congress had infinite power, then how come we don't live in that society where trans people are banned? How come we don't live in that society where people aren't allowed to transition? If 1 out of 535 members of Congress has all this infinite wisdom and power, then the world that we live in would be a hell of a lot worse. We'd have a fucking iron dome around the USA. We'd not have any immigration whatsoever. We would have killed all the fucking non-white people in this country a long time ago if 1 out of 535 members of Congress had infinite power, right? But of course this doesn't apply to the opposite end of the spectrum. It's only to AOC. She's the only one that has the infinite cheat code under her belt or something. Because how else do I convince my fans and followers to hate her? I don't know. So I'll pretend that she's got a cheat code.
Are you going to use it? No, that would be rude.
We don't have a magic wand. And so when you have a bunch of people in the party who want 2,000 and then a bunch of people in the party who want
I like how she compares what you're supposed to do actually having a voting strategy with the other progressives. That's considered having a magic wand?
No.
No one expects you to have a magic wand. What we expect you to do is what you campaigned on.
Again, she didn't campaign on fucking, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to type in the cheat code and I'm going to give everyone Medicare for all. She didn't go in there and said, yep, I'm going to fucking, open the console and enter fucking give all $2,000 or she didn't do that. She didn't campaign on saying, I'm going to go in there and do things I'm not legally or capable of doing. No, she went in there saying that she would fight for these policies, of which she is still doing. She is still fucking doing that. And she's making her job and y'all's job easier by telling you who the fucking enemies are. She's going out there and saying, yes, these members of Congress wanted 14 and not 2,000, and that's the problem. We have to fucking organize. We have to primary them. She's out there supporting primary opponents against these members of Congress. She's out there raising money to support the primaries against these members of Congress. But in Jimmy Dore's world, well, you didn't force the vote when I told you to. Therefore, I win.
Using your leverage to get things. That's how politics works. Nobody's expecting you. So she's making up a straw man. There's a lot of people want us to have a magic wand. No, we want you to do what's actually possible. Not have a magic...
Again, Jimmy Dore is trying to convince his followers of a world that doesn't exist. There is no world where AOC can hashtag force the vote and win a media blitz against her. Would she be able to give a good fight? Sure. But is this the best time to have that fight? When you've got a Senate right now that needs 60 votes to pass anything? We haven't gotten rid of the filibuster. yet. So imagine AOC goes through this giant war, and then, Mitch McConnell and the Republicans in the Senate are like, filibuster. Sorry. But it should have been in the reconciliation bill. Then, all right, Joe Manchin would be like, I'm not, you need my vote. I'm not going to vote for it. So you got to get something that Joe Manchin's going to vote for. And is that the world that I wish we lived in? No, right? I don't like that world. This world sucks dick. But this is the world that we live in. I'm not going to tell y'all that there's a fantasy world that exists in like in an in a parallel universe. There's like a fantasy world that exists where you can hashtag force the vote and then everyone gets free medical care forever. That's not the world that we live in. If you want to go hop into that parallel universe, take me with you for the love of God, but that's not the fucking world that we live in, bitch.
Magic wand. So again, this is just lying, and that's what all the hand gestures is about. She's very theatrical in this one. It doesn't stop, and she's gaslighting and she knows it. Gaslighting, another form of lying.
1400 and the president sides with 1400, we're going to get the 1400. But that doesn't mean that we stopped fighting and took that line down, because even
she, as she said that, she did to that. I don't want to be too Joy-Ann Reid on you. I don't want to bring in a body language expert, but even everybody saw that one. As she says it, she touches her nose. That's the Pinocchio. That's the. Here, I'll back it up.
But that doesn't mean that we stopped fighting and took that line down.
Whoa, body language expert, huh? Whoa. If I just say something, it must be real. So Jimmy Dore, look at this. Jimmy Dore, I guarantee you, when I unpause this video, Jimmy Dore, you see how his mouth is barely open? It's going to open, it's going to close, right? And that signifies that he's possessed by the devil. Check this out. Look, it closed and opened again. He's possessed by the devil, folks. I called it. He just did a normal human function. Therefore, whatever I said previously is real now. He's been possessed. His mother or our mother sucks cocks in hell now.
So translation, we stopped fighting, meaning we never even started. When did you start fighting? It doesn't mean we stopped. When did you start? Show me the evidence of your fighting. Again, the evidence is, did she hashtag force the vote? Well, no. Therefore, I win! She didn't do this obscure, unfucking likely, and like not even real political strategy. That means I win. Well, guess what, folks? If Jimmy Dore's next word out of his mouth isn't, I believe that we need to seize the means of production, then I guess he's not a real communist. So check this out. Guess none of it exists.
Oh, sorry. He didn't say he wanted to seize the means of production. Therefore, he's not a real communist. At this moment in the Jimmy Dore show, he had so much leverage. He had so much power and leverage at this moment in the Jimmy Dore show, and he didn't utilize it. Look at how many views this video has. 100,000. He didn't utilize his historic leverage to say that we need to seize the means of production. He's not a real communist. He's not a real socialist. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I'm following Jimmy's rules.
Because even though they brought it and they said 1400, what we pushed back with was, okay, if you're going to do that, then we need to include dependents.
Well, if they're going to do that, why don't you just say no? If you're going to push back and say no.
So AOC is out there basically explaining how, we made it so that more people get access to the stimulus check. So, for example, if you live in a family, and let's say in 2019 you were 17 and now you're 19 years old, now you're eligible for a stimulus check that you wouldn't have been eligible beforehand. Now, if that's the calculus, $1,400 for an extra person is a hell of a lot more than $600 for just the parents. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. But Jimmy Dore doesn't know that. Jimmy Dore probably can't even qualify for the COVID check because he makes so much fucking money on YouTube. This guy is literally getting rich off of your stupid fuck ass when you watch his video. He's making money off of your stupid fuck ass, and you're falling for it.
What was your leverage to make them include dependents? What was your leverage? What made them decide to include dependents? What? Just that you said it? That's not how politics works. Let's get back to the tell. Let's go back to the tell.
That doesn't mean that we stopped fighting and took that line down, because even though they brought it and they said 1400, what we pushed back with was, okay, if you're going to do that, then we need to include dependents. and we need to include adult dependents.
What, Ron, does she tell us what leverage she used
Hype
to
man,
get that in
yo, yes guy, come in here. I can't make this point by myself. Can you please get on screen and say yes for me, and then we'll be done with you?
No, right? No. She just said we pushed back. Why not just push back and say...
Oh, wait, no, he's not even getting the chance. He's just using the hype man as an ethereal hype man. Yo, hype man, yo! I'm not actually going to let you speak, but, hey, do you agree with me?
No, the full 2,000,
right?
dummy.
Hype man. Whoa.
Why stop? Why settle for less? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, if they started listening to demands, allegedly, why not shoot for the stars and just demand all of them? Demand a UBI, demand, a retroactive UBI to start at the beginning of last year.
Yes.
I love how they do this. Oh, we're not asking her to do everything in the world, but they should just do everything in the world.
Excuse me, in March of last year. Why not shoot for the stars and see where you land? Because things are desperate.
Here's what David's friend of the show, David Sirota, says. And by the way, over at the Daily Poster, which is the news organization he started with, like Walker Bragman, a couple other people I don't think I know. Dude, fantastic work over there. They were the ones, I think they broke the story on Cuomo, screwing over all the old people and then killing them. I'm pretty sure that they were the ones. So tip of the hat to David Sirota and the people over at Daily Poster. It would be hard for 6 to 10 House Democrats to stand up and say they aren't voting for any COVID relief bill without minimum wage. But that's what real heroism is. The hard is what creates greatness. They have a rare opportunity to make real change right now. They have the power. And they chose, without explaining why, to not...
I love this. So you take David Sirota saying something out of context and then just wrap it into your fantasy narrative. Like, I could, if I had that tweet from David Sirota and I was like, all right, I'm going to use David Sirota's, credibility to agree with me, right? And, you could turn that into anything. Like, this tweet is vague, and that's a tweet that has wider context to it. The guy tweets all the fucking time, which isn't a bad thing. The guy tweets all the fucking time, right? So that tweet has broader context that Jimmy's just going to ignore and just say, yo, you got one tweet, I'll bring it in here.
Use their
fantasy
power.
World, bro.
And that was her lying, because that's gaslighting, pretending, we didn't stop fighting. We didn't stop fighting. We didn't stop fighting. So they didn't. They did stop fighting. They didn't fight at all. And as David Sirota's tweet reveals, they have the power. They chose not to use it.
Right, the tweet reveals. The fucking, as David Sirota's tweet reveals. Why can't you show us the constitutional code that reveals that? Why can't you show us, anything? No, it's just, I got this tweet from David Sirota. Just took it out of context and, hey, supports my whole argument, bro.
And they won't tell you why. And whoever gets to interview them should ask them, why won't you use it? Why won't you use your power? I'm sure David Sirota could snag an interview with somebody in the squad. It would be nice, David. I implore you lovingly to ask a question like that. Why won't you use your leverage ever at any point ever? That would be nice. I don't have access to them anymore. They're already stars. They already got their careers. But he has access. I would appreciate if he did that. Maybe Ilhan Omar, you could ask her about this tweet. Maybe you could ask her, yes, we can. With a slim Democratic majority in the next Congress, anything can be possible. It will literally take 5 courageous progressive members to get concessions on progressive policies. And we don't have any.
Again, he literally mocked the fact that they did get concessions. He literally said, oh, you got $1,400 for dependents? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Ilhan literally said what happened. Yeah, we can be able to get concessions in major progressive legislation. That's awesome. Let's go. That's what they did. Jimmy Dore, you didn't get enough. You didn't get enough of the concessions. It's like, what?
The only person to vote against the COVID relief bill was a conservative Democrat. So they don't have any courageous progressives. None. And they won't tell you why they won't do this. This is them. I didn't come up with this idea. They did. I didn't come up with the idea of them getting a floor vote on Medicare for all. They came up with it. Oh my God. They won't tell you why they won't do it.
Meanwhile, they're doing a floor vote right now. Pramila Jayapal is going through the floor vote right now. And Jimmy Dore made fun of her on Twitter. I might cover that tomorrow. I don't want to overdose on this dumb fuck.
Do it. And that makes me a bad person to bring that up. Right, Ron? That makes me a bad person, I think. You are
a bad person, Jimmy.
Thank you. Here's David Sirota again nailing it again. Again, everybody should check out the Daily Poster. The thing is, he says, if 6 to 10 House Democrats draw a line in the sand and say they aren't voting for a COVID relief bill without a minimum wage hike in it, they become instant megastars. They get to be heroes on a wildly popular issue and save the...
Now, I just want to say, I disagree with this tweet from David Sirota. This is also fantastical thinking. The idea that, like, look at Mike fucking Bloomberg. The guy's a billionaire, and he did everything in his power to destroy Bernie's campaign and succeeded. Right? So, like, look at these. You don't think all of these motherfuckers, including the President of the United States, you don't think they would all turn on AOC on a dime? Come on, man. Like, that's fantastical thinking.
Democratic Party from itself. Truly an epic opportunity. And he's correct about that. David Sirota is nailing this. And I really hope that he would just show this tweet the next time he gets a chance to interview somebody, one of the progressives in Congress, which he will get that chance. I won't. Because they know I'm going to ask him this question. So they don't expect David to ask it. So that's why I'm saying sneak it in. Sneak it in.
Sneak it in.
Because here's the lie of all lies.
Whoa! Did you just see what Jimmy Dore did with his arm? Check this out. Check this out.
Because here's the lie of all lies.
Look at that. He extended his arm. Do you know what that means? You know what that means, right? When he extends his arm. You know what that means, right? That means he's a liar and he's gaslighting you. Why else would he do this? Why else would he move his arm in this direction? Is he stretching? Is he trying to get in some workout? Why would he do this? It's a tell. That's what it is.
In contrast, this is her talking to Justin Jackson from the what is I want to say Falcons. It's not
LA
the Chargers. From the LA Chargers.
Anymore.
I don't watch the sport, and I do watch Justin Jackson though. In contrast, she says to Justin Jackson, who was saying, if you don't push for force the vote Medicare for all, like Jimmy Dore said, you all are fraudulent, right? Basically what he told her. And she says, no. In contrast, you can use leverage to push for things that can happen and change lives. She's saying Medicare for all cannot happen. Even though she campaigned on getting a vote for it on the House floor, she's saying can happen. And she's saying that the $15 minimum wage can happen. And $15 minimum wage vote in the first 100 days is doable. Elevating longtime progressive champions to important positions of leadership also doable. That's the opportunity.
And guess what? Bernie Sanders did that in the Senate, and it got 42 votes. Do I wish it got 50? Hell fucking yeah, I wish it got 50. Do I wish that the Jimmy Dore would spend his... Hey, Bernie did exactly what he wants. Jimmy wants. Why isn't Jimmy doing show after show talking about the 8 Senate Democrats who voted against the $15 minimum wage? In fact, I'm going to check his channel. Maybe he's made those videos. Let's take a look. So this vote happened a couple weeks ago. Okay. I'm looking for the video where he's going after Chris Coons. He's going after Tester. He's going after Manchin. I'm looking for these videos. If I scroll past it, let me know. He hasn't made those videos. Huh. There's a lot of Jimmy Dore is correct. There's a lot of Jimmy Dore is super smart. Where's the video where he's going after Tester and Manchin and Cinema? Huh. Can't find the video. That's weird.
Opportunity cost away. So they didn't force a vote on Medicare for all, because if they did that, they would have lost their important leadership positions, and they wouldn't have got the $15 minimum wage vote. They didn't get leadership positions. They got kicked off their committees, and there's no $15 minimum wage in the bill. You got nothing for nothing. You got nothing for not forcing a vote. You got nothing for it. And then you wouldn't force...
So you forced the vote and you got nothing. That proves that if you force the vote, you get something? They literally forced the vote on the $15 minimum wage. They forced the vote. That's what they did. That's literally what happened. But they got nothing. Well, if you would have forced the vote at the solar eclipse, and when the Saturn and Venus met up and lined up at the equinox, and if you were to sing a tribal chant at the equator on the 4th of Sunday, 15th, 79, then you would have gotten it. They didn't force the vote in the right way, folks. They just fucked up.
to vote on $15 minimum wage, and you didn't make a sting. You thank them for kicking you off your committees. Katie Porter thanked them.
They fucked up.
So this is all garbage. And again, this is probably the only show that's going to call them out. So you're welcome. David Sirota gives you the broad stroke, and then we're going to give you this. We're going to nail it in. There's more to this. These things are doable, but guess what? Not done. Isn't that weird? They're doable, but not done. Weird.
This guy's whole show is Twitter posts.
So here's a little more.
It's the whole
So what
show.
happened was that the House included a $15 minimum wage, and the Senate has a parliamentarian that ruled on something known as the Byrd Rule, and the parliamentarian said...
The more hand use, the more bullshit is being slung. That's my theory. What do you think, Ron?
Jimmy, I wish you would stop complaining because I am happy that the Macarena is finally back. I'm enjoying it. Can we just try to focus on the positive?
Oh,
Hey,
that's
everybody,
the
this is the
video.
part where I tell you we're all
Wow, that's a great video. So, okay, again, you gotta force the vote at dawn. You gotta walk in the black robe and the black shield, and you gotta force the vote. This is what you gotta do. You gotta do this, but forcing the vote?
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
So that's what you gotta do. You gotta have people in the background, like, singing. They gotta go, like, they gotta be chanting. You gotta have, like, you know, you gotta, like, fucking have the windows open. You know, make sure the sunlight hits the room at a specific angle. You gotta bring out the great talisman of Jimmy Dore. I decree that we force the vote. And then you slam it down on the table at exactly 3:07 a.m. And then, boom, everyone gets $15 an hour instantly. It's not like, oh, they forced the vote and they failed. No. Which, that's what happened. In the real world, they forced the vote and then they failed. No. They didn't force the vote the right way. They fucked up. They had to do it. They forgot. They got to bring it around town. And then you do this and then that and then this and then that and then that. They forgot. They forgot to bring it around town. They forgot about the technique. How are they going to force the vote and not do the technique? What about the pelvic woo? Come on, man. How can you fucking forget to bring it around motherfucking town? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jimmy Dore, of course, the truth teller in chief, telling it how it is. This is the leader of the progressive movement, folks. This is the leader. Oh, my God. Last time, what is this? The site can't be reached. That is not a link that functions. Help. Oh, I have to add the fucking colon.
So let's just get right to it. We all know 725.
Oh, he did make this video. How did I miss it? Interesting. Okay, so I'm looking through the video. Check this out. Alright, so he's attacking Pramila Jayapal, Jamal Bowman. Okay. Cinema. Alright, that's good. Okay, is it just cinema? Interesting. Okay. Okay, so the whole video is about cinema. Alright, that's fine. What are you gonna do? That's fair. That's fair. I'll take it. I'll take it.